Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 76 and we're here to talk about Happily Ever After season 5, episode 4 and The Other Way, season 2, episode 6. Welcome my lovely co-host Noelle Winters-Herzog.
Hello, Tracy.
Welcome, Noelle. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. We're here to talk to you about all of these amazing episodes and so much meat on the bone this week.
There was a lot of stuff that happened, and it's nice because it makes the episode go by quicker.
It definitely does. But, you know, I got to tell you, I am still all for having a regular amount of episode, you know, an hour episode, and then just making the season longer.
Yeah, the other day it took me like almost 3 hours to watch both of these. It was so crazy.
It's too much. The Other Way goes by so quickly. It's almost like you feel like there's no show because you didn't have to watch a feature-length film.
It's true. It's a treat, though. Like, it passes by and it's like, that's it? It's done with already?
I know. Okay, so let's start off with Happily Ever After, season 5, episode 4. And our first couple is Michael and Angela.
Ooh, what? Michael and Angela.
All right, so they met 2.5 years ago. I felt like it was longer.
I would swear she had said somewhere it was 4 years. I don't know why.
Maybe they've been talking for that long and they just met 2.5 years ago.
Probably.
But I got to tell you, this feels like a lifetime for me.
It feels like they're already married.
I know. So he said that he loves her zeal. He loves that she's very strong. And he loves her smile and her boobs.
What is zeal? I don't know.
It's like the outside of the lemon.
Like
no,
a pith?
It's like I was making a zest joke.
Oh.
Let's see. Zeal, okay? Zeal is great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective. So I guess her dedication to bringing him to the United States of America.
Yeah, her dedication to Donald Trump.
Right, her dedication to toting a kid.
She is dedicated to that.
Also, she's very strong, and he went on to explain that his car had broken down one time in a very bad area of Nigeria, and Angela got out of the car and just on her back carried his car back to the motel they were staying at.
Does that surprise you?
No. I'm just kidding, guys. So
did you see his Louis Vuitton steering wheel cover, by the way?
His Flouis Vuitton steering wheel cover?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure that's real.
I'm
sure that's what Louis Vuitton makes as well. So Angela's going back to Nigeria to marry him. And his mom is like, good. I'm glad that you're going to go to America and then get a job and then send me money back. And he's like, what'd you say? And she said, I said, good. I'm glad you're getting married.
You're right. That's exactly what she said, actually.
She didn't say it with her mouth, but she said it with her eyes.
Yes, she winked a bunch of times.
So he said that it's going to show the fact that they're going to get married in Nigeria is going to show that it's real and not fake.
It's not
so
fake.
It's definitely not fake. It's just real. So it's going to show that it's definitely 100% not fake. It's only real, and it's definitely real.
It's totally real.
Yeah, so that's good. So he visits his Auntie Lydia, and she's happy that they're getting married because she likes Angela. But he reveals that he's been fighting with Angela because he has 2 phones, right? So you remember what happened, right?
Oh, so he got another call while he was on the phone with her. His other cell phone rang, and she flipped out because it had like a certain type of ringtone that she didn't know.
Right.
Like a special ringtone.
Yeah, she was like, who do you have a special ringtone for? And apparently he claims it was his mechanic calling for his brother's number.
Right. So R. Kelly played for his mechanic, basically.
Right.
Calling.
But also it's like, how could you prove that he's not making out with his mechanic?
Oh, that's so true, too. Well,
I'm just saying.
You have said it before. You're right. We think that these guys that we love, like everyone wants them.
Yes, this is how we act. And it's like, come on, guys. Now, Angela, he's really trying to stand up to Angela and just teach her, like, you know, how life is. So that's good. Because Angela's absolutely insane. She believes something that is so outlandish. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Angela believes that men and women are equal.
No way.
Yeah, that's what she believes.
That's a taxpayer mentality, Tracy.
Yeah, she's got a lot of issues, let me tell you. She's a crazy person. So now Auntie Lydia asked about kids, and he said, you know, he wants to get a job first.
Right.
Okay, Noelle, You've been with her for 2.5 years. You haven't worked. Come on.
He's not allowed to work. She won't allow him to work.
Well, I would be like, well, I'm working, so that's too bad. This is a very bad situation. So he explains that, actually, Auntie Lydia explains that Nigerian men have wives and concubines, but we find out that Angela will not allow it. So,
but what happens if she can't tote a baby? What's he supposed to do?
Let me tell you. She's not allowed to have a wife. He's not allowed to have another wife. He's not allowed to have another concubine. And but do you think that she's his wife or his concubine? Angela.
You know what? I learned today, TIL, what concubine means.
Yes.
So
I know a lot about, prostitution history. Yes.
Well, that's what you took in college.
Yes. I majored in history of prostitution. Because back in ancient China, right, the emperors, they had concubines.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah, it's so nice.
So
listen,
I don't know what
sex work
Angela
is work,
is.
right?
Yeah, no, listen, I hear you.
So she won't allow it though. But his aunt explains that he could get someone like one of the wives or the concubines to have the baby and then just give it to Angela to raise.
I don't mean to sound like, I don't know if this is wrong to say, but she's older. Isn't she tired? She wants to like re-raise a whole baby again.
She's in love with Michael.
That's so crazy to me. Like, I couldn't imagine being in my 50s and wanting to raise a baby. Like, potty train, all of that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun time, but she has a prize here. And if she wants to keep the prize, then she's got to keep her eye on the prize and she's got to make him happy.
That's so true.
So
I think she's leading him on.
I think they're both nuts.
Yeah.
They're both equally nuts. So now Aunt Lydia wants Michael to rethink this marriage. And he said, no. She's going to try her best to have this baby.
Listen, he is brainwashed. He drank the Kool-Aid. It's not happening.
Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch in Georgia,
the Georgian ranch.
Angela is picking out a tux for Michael, and she's at basically the 99-cent store of suit stores
where they have chips and cigarettes to go with your suit.
They sell novelties. This is a novelty store. This is amazing. So she's wearing a tank top that was 100% from Walmart. It's $2.99, I believe. And it's a spaghetti straps tank top. And then she has a full figured bra on. She has like a 24-hour Playtex
I was
bra
going to say an 18-hour bra.
So many hours in the day. So many. She has to change. She could still wear the bra, but she has to keep changing the tank tops because I think the tank tops are like 2 hours long.
Yeah, they're not very long tank tops. I have so many of them.
So her friend Jojo comes and she wants her to come to the wedding and be her witness in Nigeria. So
it's amazing. I guess Angela really doesn't have a lot of people in her life because she's really searching for this
she's
witness.
She's scraping the bottle. Jojo has a pretty bad dye job. I would explain it as blonde with a swirl of macaroni and cheese.
So Angela's scraping the mac and cheese pot.
Right. She's like really scraping the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, that's like neon craft hair.
Yes, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful color. It's just, I don't know. So now, does she even know his size that she's picking out this tuxedo for him at the 99-cent store?
That's the thing. Like, listen, I'm not talking but like, do you think Michael has owned very many tuxedos in his life?
What, you don't think he knows his tuxedo size, Noelle?
No, I don't think he knows
the
his
top of his
tuxedo
head?
size. Right. I think that maybe she is going to get it sized for him there.
They're going to just like whittle it down to whatever size he wants?
Whittle. They're going to whittle it with wood. Yes.
Oh, good. So now, speaking of off the top of her head, she has on a hard headband. Like when I was in 3rd grade, I would get like the pack of hard headbands.
They were
and
then it would rip your hair out.
Yeah. So she has on a hard headband and a claw clip, which is just like Lisa's wedding claw clip.
You know, you said it best, Tracy. Lisa is her evil twin sister.
Lisa is Angela's evil twin sister, 100%.
Because I like Angela so much better now.
I know. So now she gets him. Noelle, can you just describe the tuxedo? Because I closed my eyes through a lot of this.
So she got a very stark white jacket from what I've seen. Yes. And there's red accoutrement to go with it.
So like the cummerbund.
Yes, the cummerbund.
Is it sequins or is it just red?
I think it's like satin.
Okay. So it's just a shiny red.
And she got red shoes.
Well, she got him the same shoes that Dorothy actually wore in The Wizard of Oz, except these were a size 15 wide.
Listen, that's why she's marrying him. Really?
Now we know. Now we know. So now we go back to her house, and she's holding up a thong that looks like maybe she's holding up a flag and, waving and surrendering.
It was intense. I didn't think that they needed to show me this.
No, well, they did. Guess what? So her granddaughter London wanted to be the flower girl.
Right.
And all the kids are like, why can't we go to Nigeria? Oh my God, Mima's getting married.
They're so cute. They were really cute.
They were adorable. I'm going to take custody of them the next time one of her daughters goes to prison.
For sodomy.
For whatever they did. So she shows the kids the wedding dress. And I got to tell you, I like the wedding dress.
Being Angela the way she is, that was not the dress I was expecting from her. And I'm so happy. I love this dress.
But don't worry. She kept it up because she made sure that she took the shoulders and she put them on the side of her arms.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
It was not an off the shoulder dress, Angela. Why are we doing this?
Stop trying to make it happen.
Oh my God. So she explains to the kids that she has to take this dress to Africa and then also to Nigeria.
So Nigeria is not in Africa.
No, she says, I have to take this dress to Africa and Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then she reveals the most magical part of her wedding. Noelle, can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Tracy, she
Talk to me.
Takes out a Burger King crown for Michael, the king.
Yes. Well, I mean, it matches her crown that she's already wearing.
Her crown. What I didn't understand about her crown was the jewels in quotes. They were they were dark. They were black jewels. They were not wedding-esque.
Oh, it wasn't a wedding queen crown. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. So now she goes to the doctor for her endometrial biopsy, and she did something really cute. She tied her little tank top in the front.
She's nothing if not fashionable.
Oh, she definitely is something. And we find out that cancer runs in her family, and she hugs the doctor hello.
The doctor was cringing the entire time.
I know, but you know what? This doctor's not even nice. You know that you're going to be on a television show. You know that this is going to be someone who's going to be very dramatic and very trying to be silly. And you have this straight face that you couldn't move if you wanted to because your Botox is just over the top.
So funny. Her face really is made of stone. She's terrible. If you brought me to a doctor like her, I would run away.
Yeah, I would leave, definitely. So Angela screams very loud. So she's like, okay, well, I guess I have to give you nitrous oxide. So nitrous oxide is laughing gas. But you don't actually laugh. It just makes you feel loopy.
Right. That's the thing. We've both had it and we both just felt seasick.
Yeah, I felt like I was going to throw up. That was it.
Yeah, I just felt really nauseous and tired, if anything.
Right. So now Angela's giggling because I guess she found out it was called laughing gas.
Right.
So she's going to play this up real big.
Yeah, it was all just very silly. It's that's when you're hanging out with your friends and they have a couple of drinks and suddenly they're wasted. And it's you're not even drunk. Stop
You're
that.
not drunk. So she's doing this. She's putting on this play. And then she says something very funny. She says to the doctor, "You're pinching my coochie." So then the doctor shows her the biopsy needle. I don't know why she would do that. She's really trying to make sure that Angela is upset.
I blacked out. I saw that needle and I'm I want to go home.
Yeah, but it's because it has to reach there. The whole needle doesn't go into you.
No, I know. It's a long, right. Oh.
It's fine. So she said that she hasn't told anyone. But here's the thing. This is not true because she told her mother because we watched her tell her mother and the production, unless it's not in order, which could be because... And Noelle,
right, because she has a mole that disappears and reappears on her face.
Right, and sometimes there's a Band-Aid over the mole because she just got it removed. And sometimes she just has it on her chin. So this is her mother we're talking about. So she's very upset. The doctor's basically, you can have cancer. And she's well, I can't lose my way of toting.
Okay,
Angela,
but girl, you've been lost that.
You're obsessed. You're obsessed.
She is obsessed. You're so
this
right, though.
Good.
I didn't realize it before. Yeah, she's too obsessed. It's because she's so obsessed with holding on to Michael.
She holds on to a lot of stuff, and I got to tell you, it's definitely interfering with her happiness. What is interfering with your happiness? Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? Well, if there is, then BetterHelp Online Counseling will help you, and they will match you with your own licensed professional therapist. It's so amazing. You could do it right over your phone. You could either do a phone call, you could do a video chat, you could text, and it's just like great. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/fiance. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance.
BetterHelp is the new way. This is the new way of life. Me too.
I really do. I love it. I do it every week, and I'm amazing.
Yay.
Speaking of mental health, let's talk about Colt.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so Debbie's on the couch and she's drinking from her favorite mug, best stepdad ever.
Listen,
and honestly,
his soundtrack is the best.
His soundtrack is so funny, but honestly, who's a better stepdad than Debbie?
Nobody.
Nobody.
She's the best. Yep.
Yeah, she got the cup. His soundtrack is amazing, Noelle.
Tracy, you picked it out. I swear you picked it out.
Whoever is picking the music for him is mocking him. They're all laughing
because
at him.
it's just his music that's so silly and ridiculous.
I know. You guys need to pay attention when you see the songs. So he hasn't told Deb about Jess yet, right?
Right.
And he brags about taking Larissa's cats, and now they're part of his family.
Callie and Wolfie.
Callie and Wolfie, which they were probably just named Cal and Wolf.
But
Larissa
that's
didn't know how
funny.
to. So he's going to Brazil in a week, Noelle.
Okay, that's what I mean. The timing on this show is very weird.
Right? It's like he meets her. He sees her for 5 days. Now he's in Brazil with her family. He tells Deb about her now. So she's 26. She lives in Chicago, and she's Brazilian. And Deb's like, hey, can we first deport Larissa?
I mean, listen, Deb has an axe to grind.
Yeah, for sure. But also, like, she's also kind of not wrong.
No, she's not wrong. But I do like that she says that she won't judge someone based on where they're from.
Yeah, of course she shouldn't. But, like, at the same time, you should judge your son on his poor choices. That's what we're looking to
judge your son about many things.
So Jess is here on a J1 visa, not to be confused with a K1 visa, which is how she's going to be staying here after she marries Colt.
Yes.
And he explains that, don't worry, she could become a student or she could become a tourist. And this is a quote, she doesn't even really care about staying here.
I think that's the untruth.
That is absolutely a lie. She only cares about staying here. She cares nothing about Colt. She is literally throwing herself at him so that she could stay here.
Right. And she knows that he's obsessed with sex, and that's why she's so focused on sex too.
Exactly. So Deb thinks this is a bad idea. So she doesn't trust him. Now he's trying to learn Portuguese. But he's trying to learn like a child would learn.
Yeah, he keeps getting it wrong too.
It's not great. And also he has a secret, but like they never really reveal the secret.
Yeah, I guess his secret is that Deb is going. I don't know.
So he video chats with Jess, and she says that she needs new sex clothes for the bar.
Okay. But also, like, what does that mean for when you ask men for sex at the bar? I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but all I know is that she probably said, I need money, so I have to say sex.
Yes.
Because that's what Colt responds to.
You're so right. It's like, I'm hungry. Sex.
Uh-huh. And he's like, what? You needed food?
Yeah.
It's like his wake-up word.
Yeah.
So what does she do with her cats? Are those her cats, or are they the family that she au pairs for?
I'm pretty sure that would probably be the family's cats, right? Because she's not going to bring them
Imagine
back
she's
with
just
her.
traveling with cats.
That's very interesting.
So she talks about how his cat is a plus size cat, or her cat, one of their cats is a plus size cat.
I think it's her cat.
Her cat. And she's like you.
Which is very funny.
So now he tells Deb, and Deb wants to come to Brazil with them because she got hurt by Larissa. So Colt's like, you know what? I do owe her.
So because Larissa hurt Deb, he owes her a trip to Brazil?
No, it's not the trip to Brazil. He owes her to let her meet Jess's family first. So basically, Deb's going to be making his decisions.
Yeah, pretty much. But she hasn't even met Jess yet. Like, I just feel like that's all so fast.
Well, Jess seems super upset that Deb is coming and kind of like sidesteps the whole entire thing. Now she changes the whole story and she's like, well, my dad might not like you and my dad's way more important than you.
And it's like, AKA, don't come. Don't come.
Yeah. Right. But also, are they staying at Jess's family's house? Because now you can't expect Deb to stay there too.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that, actually.
You can't invite someone to someone's house.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Right.
Just saying. So now we go downstairs for dinner and there's lots of things on the counter. So basically, Deb was like, let's clean out the cabinets right before we film.
And just put it all over the counter. Uh-huh.
Yes. So Vanessa comes over for dinner. And Vanessa is his friend from the gym, remember?
Right.
And she said that she will watch the cats while they're away for Brazil. So they were inviting her over to give her a dinner to thank her in advance for watching the cats. And they have steak and scalloped potatoes.
Yeah.
No vegetables.
No veggies to be seen. But
Nothing.
yeah, I like a scalloped potato though.
Me too. So he said that Jess is jealous of Vanessa. But Vanessa's his best friend that he had sex with one time, but she didn't return the favor. She doesn't really like him back.
You wonder why.
They're now doing shots out of champagne flutes.
No, they're very classy.
And he explains that he likes her, but she doesn't like him back.
Yeah, of course she doesn't like him back. Have you met him?
So they sit down for dinner, right?
Right.
And they're like, so Vanessa, I'm going to be going to Brazil. And she's like, really? You're going to go there? Okay. Guys,
right.
You just said that she's coming over because she's watching the cats while you go to Brazil. And you're thanking her with a dinner.
Right. Like what? So the editing is bad or the timing is bad? Like something is off.
I don't know. So we find out that he's been giving Jess money. He paid for her ticket to Brazil and he gives her quote unquote gifts.
His idea of spoiling is what? Like a gift card for like G&G?
Probably. I mean, she's getting sex clothes for the bars.
Yeah. Oh, that's true too.
All right, so let's move on to Kehlani and Asuelu. He still wants to go to Samoa, and he said that he had no power, so he got like voted out basically.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has no power. He's a man-child.
You don't even contribute. What do you have power on?
Right, you don't do anything. You're not even a dad to your kids.
Come on, guy. So they're going to go to California to celebrate Oliver's second birthday. And they're in the car, and apparently the kids were up all night sick. So that sounds really fun to go driving in the car with your mom.
Right. But yet you didn't want to go to Samoa. I wouldn't want to go anywhere with sick kids either.
Seriously. So Asuelu said that they should have canceled because guess what? Safety first.
Yeah, but now he's being a baby.
He's being facetious.
Yes.
So both kids are crying, and she's breastfeeding one of them in the back seat. So Noelle, in Teen Mom, Roxanne told Brianna on the way home from the hospital to breastfeed the baby in the car. I don't know if you want to do your impression.
She goes, put your sit in her mouth.
There you go. So now Kehlani wants to sit in the front because her back is hurting. She's uncomfortable. And he's like, no.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I need to. So they switch seats, and he's sitting in the back, and he said that he has magic powers to control the children.
He's
and
such
she said,
a
yeah,
child.
I have one too. And she gives him the finger.
I mean, that was good though. Good comeback.
So he tells her that her job is super easy, and not just her job, but all women, and especially American women, because we have so many machines. We have a dishwasher, we have a washing machine, and she could not do what women in Samoa do.
Ugh, he's so nasty.
Yep. So she said that she was up all night with the kids, and he says,
lying bitch.
yeah, great. So this is the woman's job to do. And he tells her that her voice is so effing annoying.
Right.
Her mom is like, hey, this no, like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is my wife. I'll say what I want. So her mom said, why don't you talk like that in front of my husband? Why don't you do that?
I dare him. He would wipe the floors with him.
Yep. I can't wait to see that. So they go to the Airbnb, and he leaves the baby on the counter in the car seat, and he walks away, and he goes in the backyard to pick a non-ripe orange off the tree. And he says that her mom is super annoying, And then Kaylani says that he's a manipulator.
He is a manipulator.
Like, why are you using such expensive words?
Which was hilarious.
So he leaves, and then the baby follows him out to the street. The producers chase him. And this is my favorite part of the episode.
Tell me.
The bus pulls up, right? Mm-hmm. It's a city bus. And the bus driver is sitting there. And the crew is like, where are you going? Are you going to Utah? And he's like, probably. And then he points at the bus driver and he goes, I'm going with her.
Mm-hmm. So now they live together.
And he gets on the bus and they ride into the sunset. And this is very specifically the bus to Utah that's on the corner of their Airbnb. Mm-hmm. It's not a city bus that just goes within 10 mile circles.
They're not going to
like city.
West Hollywood or something.
No. This is the bus directly to Utah. And now he married the bus driver.
It's so funny. And did you notice that Kalani sounds just like her dad? Because of her
now that she has a cold.
Uh-huh. Very funny. I can't wait to see her dad's reaction to all this.
I cannot. I can't even. I would like to see him on Pillow Talk just watching this scene.
Me too. He would be seething. Like, heads are gonna roll.
I can't wait. So let's talk about Paul and Karini. They wake up in the hotel in the USA and she needs some water. And he explains that he's going to impress her with some American tap water.
God, he's such a loser.
Only slime comes out of the pipes in Brazil.
It sounds like where I want to live. Yep, sounds like
it sounds like every time they take a shower, they're on like Double Dare on Nickelodeon.
Oh, that's so funny. I was like, and I used to like obsessively want to be on Double Dare.
Well, guess what? Just go to Brazil and try to take a shower. Mark Summers comes out. He's like, you want to try a family? What was it called?
A family challenge, right?
Yeah. You want to try a family challenge?
Hell yeah. They used to show it on TV. They don't show it anymore. I wish that I could watch that.
Oh, no. I bet we could find it for you.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to try the water, and she rolls her eyes at him, and he's drinking it. He's like, look, good. Kind of like when you want your dog to eat something, so you pretend to eat something.
Yep.
And he's trying to really sell her hard on fluoride.
Oh, it's so good for your teeth. We have chemicals in our water. It's just so good for your teeth.
He's like, this is actually designer water
from the hotel bathroom?
No. In Kentucky?
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So he has a car. So they take a cab to his mom's house.
Right.
And he finds out that his mom took his house keys off the ring and he can't get into the house.
Funny.
She
is
hilarious.
The real MVP here for this.
Hilarious. So the car is very, very bad. And he said, no, it just needs fluid. Now, Noelle,
that's
such a Noelle thing. You had an old Buick when we were younger.
Yes.
And we would be driving and the car would just like light on fire and you'd be like, it's fine. We just need some fluids.
It's true.
And we would stop at the gas station and we would buy like a Gatorade and just like pour it in the radiator and everything
and
was
it would
fine.
work. Yeah. Listen, Tracy, the first time we met, we had a mutual friend. Didn't he tell you like, don't say anything about her car or
whatever?
Yeah,
he said, don't say anything about Noelle's car. She gets very self-conscious about it.
Okay. I mean, that's not true. I knew I was very self-aware with what I was driving.
So she said, Karini said he's probably waiting for his mom to clean the car.
God, she's so not wrong.
So she said that the baby can't go in the car because it's too scary. And he said, well, he can't clean it because he can't get a trash bag because he can't go in the house.
Yeah, so, I saw 100 garbage pails outside.
Of course. So now she's complaining about the car and he says his comeback is this. You live in a wooden hut.
That made me really angry.
Uh-huh. And she regrets this. And she said, I hate you this. And you know what, Paul? I hate you this too.
Yeah, I hate you this too, Paul.
Now let's talk about Andre and Elizabeth. They arrive in Moldova and he said that, well, they're leaving for Moldova. And he said it's going to take them just 5 minutes to pack. And Elizabeth can't really do anything because she's not capable of managing time.
She's a woman.
So she has that lady brain that's just so
right.
small. So he's going to show her how to pack. And then it turns out he can't even zip his suitcase.
Which is hilarious.
So they get to the airport and one of the bags is 50.0001 pounds. And they want to charge him $200. That was funny.
And Elizabeth is like, what? What do you mean? It's like, shut up, relax.
So they took something out and everything was fine. So they haven't planned the wedding yet, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're in another country. Hello? Maybe you should like scope some places. Can you send your dad to look?
Nuh-uh. So 15 hours later, they arrive. His dad and brother pick them up. And I got to tell you, I love his dad.
Is he the sweetest guy ever?
I love him. So
Me
they go back to
too.
his parents' house and they eat. And there's like a spread of cold fish and dips.
Lots of cold fish, lots of dips, lots of cured meats. Like basically everything Tracy would never eat.
I don't want any of this. So he asked his brother to be the godfather, but like kind of doesn't include Elizabeth in any of this.
Right. And it's like, but don't you think she should have some sort of say in it?
You would think. I don't know. So he asked where they want to get married.
Right.
Hello? You guys don't even have a wedding venue. And then they explain that she'll need to get baptized before they get married because she's Baptist. She's not Orthodox.
But I don't understand how that was not a discussion before.
I don't know. So she's scared that her family won't get along with his, which is crazy because his family's so nice. And then he starts telling his family that he doesn't get along with her family. So he's trying to plant the seeds.
Yeah, but you know what? He's like talking all this shit about her family, but he doesn't say like, oh, well, my wife works. I don't work. And actually, my father-in-law is the one that supports us.
Yeah. He should be honest about what really goes on.
He's such a jerk, but he supports us with everything.
Exactly. So now speaking of support, that was good, right? Let's talk about Larissa. So she's trying to find a new man to support her, and she's looking at the picture of Colt and Jess. She finds it online, and she zooms in on Colt's legs. I'm like, this is so funny. So she reaches out on social media to Jess, gets her phone number, and stores it in her phone as Colty Gal.
Right.
And calls her, but they're not speaking Portuguese. They're speaking English, and they're both like kind of struggling. And this is
That's
silly.
what I don't understand. They speak the same language. Why wouldn't they just greet each other in Brazilian or Portuguese? Sorry, not Brazilian.
Right?
Right.
So this is what Larissa explains to her. Okay. Colt is like a whale that everyone look and feel. Oh, he's so cute, that animal. Look, but he's dangerous.
And Colt is a demon.
He's a demon. So she tries to warn her, and then Larissa's like, does he hide his phone? And Jess is like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, because he talks to other women. And she goes, he's a player. He's like a geeky player. And Debbie is a wolf.
And like you said, when you and I were talking, that's why she named the cat Wolfie.
She named the cat Wolf after Debbie. That's Debbie. So maybe, and what's the other one? Callie?
Callie.
Maybe she pretends that's Colt.
Callie and Wolfie.
Well, listen, the bottom line is she wants to pay Colt back. So she says to Jess, good luck with your love. And then Jess hangs up. But then she gets a letter that she has to go to immigration. So she asks Hannah to drive her because she needs to come in case she gets arrested. Hannah could call her lawyer.
Oh, yeah, it sounds not fun.
It does not sound fun, but we'll see what happens. Now, let's talk about The Other Way Season 2, Episode 6.
All right.
All right, let's talk about Devon and June.
Devon with her pictures on Instagram.
Devon's pictures are so doctored that you can't even recognize her sometimes.
I don't know that it's her. When I look at it, I'm like, who is this? This is not her.
No. Well, they arrive in the school bus van from hell. To their alleyway apartment, and no one decided to Google Maps this and maybe take a look-see.
But you know, someone in our group posted the pictures of this listing,
and
it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it doesn't look so bad. It's like it's some kind of like efficiency apartment. That's all it is.
Yeah, it doesn't. Listen, it's not like it's some shack where there's bugs and it's dirty.
Right.
It's just, it is what it is.
Sure. So her mom is on a rampage, and they said that they're in the ghetto of Korea.
Her mother gives me anxiety.
Well, her mom's very disappointed, and she's angry too. But even his parents are upset, and they get into the I was gonna say the Airbnb. They get into the apartment, and they let the little girl in first. They're like, "Go ahead, Drusilla.
Here, you get killed first.
You check it out." So, she said it's so bad, and she can't stay here for a month. So he admits that he doesn't help with anything, and then they show a man picking apples.
Which has nothing to do with any of this.
Absolutely nothing. So now she says the next day she has the worst possible morning. He went 2 hours ago to get his wallet from his mom's house, and he finally comes back and asks to talk to her outside. And he said that they need to move, and he should help pay for the new place. She said that he should pay. And he said, well, he's in debt, and he paid for her house. He paid for her to come to Korea, but he didn't.
But she's like, no, you didn't.
Right. And even she's paying the rent all by herself right now.
But he's trying to convince her he paid for things that she legit paid for. That's so wild.
Right, but why
to
is
me.
she trying? I don't understand why she's trying to make this a family. Like, he isn't going to support you.
No, this is not going to work.
This is very strange, and it's weird that she's trying to force it. We've already been through this.
Yeah, this is weird.
Like, why would you agree to go if you know that you have to pay the rent?
Right, like I would need like a contract signed in blood by him to go back there.
Well, he said that he's in a lot of debt, and he called, and he calls her grumpy, and he said he'll pay for everything moving forward, but right now he has no money. At all. So she uses a translator, and she's telling him something, and then it translates wrong, and she says something about war, and he's like, why is she talking about war? And it's like, that
he was like getting mean. Right.
He said that he's still paying his debt, and he lied to her about having any kind of money, but he just wanted her to come there because he just wanted to. And he said if she's worried about money, she can leave, and she'll probably leave with her mom.
Yeah, if I was her, I'd be like, bye. Okay, then I'm leaving.
Right, but
I don't even care about the money.
Who's
for
the
this
idiot
apartment.
that came there, though?
Oh no, she's the idiot for believing him. Trust me, like he's just a dopey kid. Really?
Yep. Well, let's talk about Tim.
This guy is so full of bull pippy.
I know. So he's moving in a week, and his mom Robin comes over to help, and his mom lives in Alabama. So he said that he's going to be moving with just 3 suitcases.
Right. Okay.
Sure. So Melissa came for 6 months on a tourist visa a while ago, but he had cheated on her a month before she came. So it was not a good trip because she had suspicions on social media, and eventually she confronted him about his cheating, and he confessed.
But keep it in your pants. You can't wait a month for your girl to come.
It's not about that, though. It's really not about that. You know that.
Gross. I know.
So his mother wonders if she's trying to control him. And her mom says something super racist. She says that Melissa is feisty.
Like a fiery Latina.
Oh, she's so spicy.
I hate that.
Yeah. So the mother is going to go visit him and her with her best friend. So I got to tell you, his mom does not seem Alabamian.
No, she doesn't. I'm telling you, I think she's a transplant.
Yeah, I think that she moved there from somewhere. So he goes to his therapist, Beth Ann, and he's been going to her for a year because he cheated on Melissa, and he wants you to know that he's being forced to go to therapy.
Right,
that's one of the.
He's not sorry. That's why.
He's not sorry at all. Also, Beth Ann, only half of her eyebrows are available for this appointment.
It's so bad, Tracy.
It's really bad. So she asked him, is she asking about what happened? Is Melissa asking?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, she asks a lot. He's like, yeah, just be honest with her then.
Right. She wants details, and he's not giving her like an all the way truth. And that's why she's angry.
Of course. So now he's holding on to his job here in America. He does customer support for a tech company, and he's still going to have his apartment. Is he going to be working remotely, or is he going on like a paid leave absence, or even just a leave of absence? I don't know.
But you know what? He's holding on to his life here because he's planning not moving.
He's not moving at all. He's planning on going back for sure.
Yeah,
3 suitcases. Yeah.
Sure.
So now let's talk about Biniyam and Ariella. So they're going to the airport and Biniyam is going to the airport to pick them up, and he's in a Hummer pickup truck.
He's nice. I don't mind him.
He's nice. He loves kids. He said, he just loves kids so much that he has a kid with every woman that he meets, especially the Americans.
Oh, okay. So every tourist he meets, he has a kid with.
Yes. So he said that he's scared to meet her mom, but he's so blessed to have her. He is crying in the confessional just talking about her.
Yeah, it's really nice. Listen, I don't know if it's genuine or not because we don't know him well enough, but so far it seems nice.
Right. So now after 24 hours of flying, we see her in the confessional, and she has drawn her eyebrows on very heavy.
Very aggressively.
Very aggressively. Her and her mom match all in purple. And when they meet, the mom says, okay, I love him. He has like good energy, right?
Right.
But Ariella has a different feeling about him because he cut his dreadlocks and he got thinner. And she said, it's like I'm looking at a stranger.
I mean, that's pretty telling.
She has a panic attack in the car because she doesn't like him anymore.
Right, because now she's like, oh, I'm having a baby with someone I'm not attracted to.
Right. So now they're at the hotel. They drop her mom at a creepy motel called Guest House alone.
It's called the Saw movie. That's what it's called.
It doesn't even have all of the lights on the sign lit up. So they have an apartment. They go there, and what she requested that it have hot water and electricity. And she gets in there. The bathroom's dirty. There's a shoe rack in the bathroom. It's moldy. There's no toilet seat. And it's terrible, she says. She's laughing so hard. She said it's awful. And she hates it. And now he feels sad.
But she's choosing to have a baby in Ethiopia with where she has to bring her own vagina wash with her for after when she gives birth. But she can't deal with that apartment.
No.
Okay.
I don't understand. Let's talk about Kenneth, our favorite couple, Kenneth and Armando. He's driving to Mexico, Noelle.
Yeah, it's his dog. His dog, Tracy.
His dog's so cute.
He's so cute.
So he's driving for 4 days. First he stopped in Alabama, then in San Antonio, then in Tucson, Arizona. And he hasn't seen Armando in 9 months. So now we go to Mexico, and it's moving day for Armando. So Armando's going to go to the apartment first. So that's 4 hours away from where he lives now.
Right.
And then he's going to come back for his daughter.
She's so sweet.
She's very cute. She's very happy to have 2 dads. And his mom, Virginia, is so sad she's leaving. She's crying so hard. She is carrying on.
You know what? She means nothing to me.
I don't know.
She just was not accepting of him, and now she wants to cry. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, she's going to meet Kenneth in a week because they're going to come back together to get his daughter.
I really hope they're welcoming to him.
Well, he wonders if his dad will even say goodbye to him. We'll see. Let's talk about Sumi and Jenny.
These two.
She wakes up her first morning there and she's like, hey, good morning. Do you have the divorce papers? And he's
funny.
Like, why don't I show you around this beautiful area that we live in that you might get murdered in?
Let me show you the bum fights outside.
Yeah, why don't we get a chai? So then they show the bum fight, and then there's a monkey on the top of a car. This is what they're showing. So he's 2.5 hours from his parents' house, and they go over to a bench to sit down to enjoy their chai. And she's like, "Oh, we can't sit here. There's blood everywhere." And he's like, "Oh no, that's
so
tobacco spit."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, that's tobacco spit." Oh, delish.
Yum. Oh, okay. I don't mind sitting here. I don't need to get another bench.
Yeah, so she asked about the divorce papers again, and he's like, I don't have them, but we can go to court so I could show you how hard it is to get these papers. And then they're going to get by court, and he's going to be like, oh my God, I forgot my favorite socks, and they won't let me in without my favorite socks. I have to go, and I have to make a journey back to my village.
He's so full of baloney and excuses.
There's a lot of lying going on here. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm really excited for next week's episode because in next week's episode, we see Deb is throwing some kind of fit in Brazil. And I want to see what that's about.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is just starting to warm up now.
I am very pumped. All right, guys. Well, make sure you're following us on social media at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you tweet about the show, and make sure if you love what you're listening to, please give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you're listening on. And, just all the good stuff. Come over to our Facebook group. Join it, 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk Podcast, where we discuss everything about the show and the podcast. You could follow me at Trixie Tuzini, TrixieTuzzini on Instagram and Twitter, and TracyCarnazzo.com. We have merch for sale. We have 90 Day Fiancé magnets, so go check it out. Noelle, where can we find you?
You can find me, Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Awesome. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye.
Bye.